Of current safety recommendation, our official party will be abbreviated. The rituals that are traditionally performed during the medal citation portion of the ceremony. Additionally, we kindly ask members in the audience to refrain from singing during the playing of the Air Force song. Finally, there will be no receiving line or reception at the end of this ceremony. At this time, we request that you place all cellular phones and other electronic devices on silence or turned off. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Master Sergeant Mo Williams. I am the narrator of today's ceremony. The men and women of the Future Operations Division, United States Air Force in Europe, Air Force Africa pay special tribute to the combined ceremony with Lieutenant Colonel Scott C. Morgan on the occasion of his promotion to the grade of Colonel and the occasion of retirement for Colonel Mike Hagan from the United States after 22 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party. Remain standing for the playing of the German and American anthem and the invocation.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night. That our flag was still there. Oh, state us that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's bow our heads. Father, I just want to start by thanking you for these two men who have dedicated their lives to the service of their country. Father, I thank you personally for the sacrifices that they have made and that their families have made in the service of our country and keeping us all safe. Father, we're here today to celebrate really the promotion of Colonel Morgan to the rank of colonel and the promotion of Colonel Hagan to civilian life. Father, these are two promotions and we want to celebrate this time. I ask that you would bless both of these men as they continue to serve in different ways. Pray that you watch over them, watch their families, keep their families safe. Continue to lead them and to guide them and to watch over them. Father, we ask all of these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Please be seated. At this time, we would like to recognize distinguished guests in attendance. Please hold your applause until all names have been read. Colonel Morgan's wife, Anna Morgan, their children Charlotte, Chloe, Grace, and Mia Morgan. Colonel Hagan's wife, Kate Hagan, and their children Reed, Miles, Nora, and Hannah. The commander of the 603rd Air Operations Center, Colonel Stephen J. Tittle. Vice Commander of 603rd Air Operations Center, Colonel Roman and Colonel Harbaugh. And our acting superintendent, 603rd AOC, Chief Master Sergeant Cody Bailey. We would also like to welcome all directors, senior officers, commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, 835 teammates, friends, and families. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is my great pleasure to introduce the presiding officer for Lieutenant Morgan's promotion, Colonel Hagan.
All right, everyone, thank you for coming. Short notice pop-up, we're calling it the Protirement. We thought it was going to be Remotion, but Protirement sounded more positive than it's worded. But we're going with the Protirement ceremony. So, Colonel Tittle, congratulations to you, by the way. You have an awesome team that is here. Colonel Brown and Harbaugh, thanks for coming. Chief, thanks for inspiring us to actually do this when previous ones were canceled as well. So thank you to the team, everyone that helped short order put this together. Bombshell, Chief, and we got Robo back there, everyone, but really it was also Sergeant Stevenson, thank you for filming as well. We got Master Sergeant Maurice Williams that really, when the musings of a great idea of doing a Protirement ceremony happened, we were like, hey, let's do it next week. And he was, you could just feel his eyes rolling, because, but he made it happen in a week, in less than a week, right? So you're very appreciated. It's better than a year's worth of dad jokes every day to put you through that. And then on the screen, so this is kind of cool, because we're gonna have a lot of people globally seeing this, that we're recording it and then going to put it out there for them later, so that our friends and families from around the world, from Romania and Ecuador and the States, can kind of experience this together. So thanks, Sergeant Stevenson, for putting that together. But thank you all for supporting both Colonel Morgan and I, our families, through this all. All right, so for the promotion of Lieutenant Colonel Scott Morgan. All right, we got Anna, Charlie, Chloe, Grace, and Mia at home. Salute. Si molto mesto. All right, congratulations. Your dad and husband is an awesome, awesome man and officer. So he's worked, you guys have seen it firsthand, he's worked very, very hard when he's here. He's TDY a lot, he's deployed a lot, and that's because he is so talented and so important and so dedicated to what he does. He's an A-10 pilot, an air liaison officer, a JTAC, an Olmsted scholar, a foreign area officer, and a staff officer here, kind of leading up, and he has already led up some of our biggest, most complex plans. This guy is a jack of all trades and an extremely talented man. Your dad's awesome. Your husband's awesome. All right. After graduating the United States Air Force Academy in 1999 with Brian Havis and other good men like that, he was Second Lieutenant Morgan. He frolicked about the South Pacific before he started really working. He was with Brian Havis and good dudes like Patrick Eldridge and Omar Craig. Then it was off to pilot training. So not going into too much detail or regaling with stories how he arm wrestled with a nurse shark while in the Great Barrier Reef, or how he pounded the door of a distinguished visitor transport with engines running, carrying more than 20 U.S. senators, begging for a ride back to the continental United States. But this is not supposed to be an epic tale of lieutenant risk management, nor is it a mission debrief of decision trees gone wrong. After a glorious year in Mississippi in pilot training, followed by Syrian water survival and all the basic qualifications of the A-10, then Lieutenant Captain Morgan, call sign pre-Spackler, headed to Korea, where he earned his call sign Spackler due to an unfortunate chain of events involving limited restroom availability, a crowded restaurant in Korea, and again, I digress, but Spackler appropriately was named, and irrespective of youthful buffoonery, we remain allies with South Korea. Spackler then moved to Germany in the 81st Fighter Squadron, just straight up the road at Spangdahlem. He was 3 years there, but really only about a year and a half of it was actually in the squadron. He was a budding two-ship and four-ship lead, and one of the few selected to deploy to Iraq in 2003 as an air liaison officer and JTAC with the 1st Armored Division. While in Baghdad, he spent most of his nights snoozing above his Humvee with his Prick 117 radio, eagerly awaiting the Army to call in for life-saving help from the Air Force assets that were around there. He returned to Germany just in time to deploy again to Afghanistan, this time actually flying the A-10. And as noted, so 3 years of that assignment, more than half of it was doing the job downrange. Moved back to the States after Germany to teach at the A-10 schoolhouse for 4 years. Was rewarded with a very prestigious assignment as an Olmsted Scholar at the University of Bucharest. Pretty elite program, and it would change his life forever for the best because that's where he met Hagan. And now, here we are, many years later. We got Charlie, Grace, Chloe, and again, Mia's at home right now, not able to make it. But after 3 unforgettable years in Romania, 330 days of TDY across Europe, ensuring peace, Spackler and pregnant Lana with Charlie moved to Brussels to work with NATO. Almost 2 months later, Charlie was born. And about 2 years later, Spackler, Anna, and Charlie boarded a plane for California to the National Training Center in Fort Irwin. Anna was pregnant with Chloe, who was born about 2 months later. And after a wonderful 3 years in the high Mojave Desert near Barstow, California, Spackler, Anna, Charlie, Chloe, and 5-week-old Grace now boarded a plane back to Ramstein to their current assignment, where he's been in charge of, candidly, some of the most challenging scenarios back when he was in 589, as well as what the amazing team in 3-5 does all the time. Spackler deployed to Iraq again, and then Mia came along at home at the moment. But thankfully, he was able to make it home for her birth just in time to return to Iraq to finish the deployment. So, clearly, the Morgans love to augment stress-free global relocation by having one child plus or minus 6 months of a move is the norm. So hopefully you guys are here for a while before you can see it. Yeah. All right, that is the basic timeline. We're going to truncate. You cannot put I could go an hour bragging, going through records and talking about every award and accolade that your dad has done, but just know that he is absolutely exceptional, diverse, and amazing officer that does and is continuing and will continue to do amazing things to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. What he, in particular, would like to say is that this continues to be an experience that surpasses what he would expect or dare to dream about. He's been blessed to be placed under sound and capable leadership throughout his career. Key individuals along the way took time to guide and mentor him, and the sum of all these experiences has moved and inspired him to want to continue to serve, to offer what Spackler can to making their way within our world-class Air Force, and to simply say thank you to a small sample of the people here, but many more virtually, that represent a multitude of wingmen, leaders, warriors that have helped shape this officer's sight picture within our promotion of arms. Spackler is amazing, his dad is awesome, and let's promote him to
Thank you, Colonel Hagan. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Colonel Hagan promotes Lieutenant Colonel Morgan. Attention to order. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and the abilities of Lieutenant Colonel Scott C. Morgan. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to serve in a higher grade, Lieutenant Colonel Morgan is authorized to assume the grade of Colonel, United States Air Force, effective 1 June 2020 by order of the Secretary of the Air Force. Please be seated. At this time, Ms. Morgan, Charlie, Chloe, and Grace will pin the Colonel insignia onto Colonel Morgan's uniform. reaffirm their commitment to serve the nation as a member of the armed forces. Please stand as Colonel Hagan administers the oath of office.
I, Scott Crawford Morgan, having been appointed a colonel in the United States Air Force, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic, will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Colonel Scott C. Morgan.
Well, I don't know how to follow that. Mike, thank you. Thank you for the kind words that are maybe a little bit inflated, but nonetheless, thank you. Distinguished guests, Lieutenant Chief Bailey, Ramen, Harbaugh, Bombshell, Team Hagan, Team Morgan, all of our friends and family that drove in from Italy, from Romania, from all over the place. I said I was going to say it, but a quarter of a century ago, our rendezvous, today we would have been on day 14 of PCT, back in 1995. Pastor, thank you for the invitation, for your kind words, for your support to our family, and for taking time to be here. And Peggy, to you, for the same, especially when we were deployed, all the support that you guys gave. Thank you. Well, it's an incredible honor to be entrusted with something like this. And first and foremost, I owe my thanks to God for His grace, His guidance and protection over the course of an entire career, without which I most certainly wouldn't be standing here with you guys today. And so, thank you, God. Also, a huge thanks to my mother, father, sisters, so many other extended family out there in TV land, for contributing to my growth, development over the years, instilling character and values that have stuck with me in spite of myself at times, and as being a guide along the way. And kind of like what Mike was saying, although we have a small group here in person, it's an innumerable quantity of airmen who over the course of an entire career have taken the time to teach and mentor and assist. And so I feel like I'm standing up here kind of on the shoulders of giants. And I owe more than I could possibly repay, and so I'll do my best over the next however many years are left here. To my team 835 and to the AOC at large, it's only been about 3 months, but it's such a pleasure to work with all of you every day. I'm excited every morning when I wake up to come in, and you've taught me so much already. You'll continue to do that, no doubt, and I look forward to continuing what we do together. And your hard work and dedication day in and day out as we push the command to new heights, and we lead this command through strategy and all the different initiatives that we've got going. So thank you for being plugged in and making this team so much fun. Most importantly, I want to thank Anna. You're so loving and supportive. You've put up with a lot of absences over the last assignment or so, last couple even. You've endured that, but the contributions that you've made to airmen and their families have been extremely important and meaningful, and I guarantee you it's had an effect on how this military keeps its talent and how we develop people. And then for taking care of the whole family. I mean, wow. We celebrated 9 years this year of marriage, 4 kids later. Well, you're the love of my life, you're my best friend. I'm so blessed that I'm on this journey with you, and I just can't wait to see what's next. So thank you for all that you do. Charlie, Chloe, Grace, Mia, You guys are wonderful and fun, and the most loving kiddos, and I'm counting myself as one really blessed dad right now. Thank you. And finally, because you're going to hear me speak again in about 2 minutes, thank you to Mo. Thank you to Master Sergeant Cobb, Sergeant Stevenson, and the protocol team here at Ramstein for turning what was just an idea about a week ago into something that we see here today, which is, as I stand here, I'm kind of awestruck with how beautiful this is. I didn't expect it to feel this way. So thank you for that. And so, yeah, with bottom of my heart, with humility, thank you, and that's all. Good night.
Congratulations, Colonel Morgan. You kindly remain standing to retire Colonel Hagan.
Yes, I will. All right, well, we've said a lot of thank yous. We're going to keep doing that. Yeah. What are we here for? We're going to talk a little bit about Gallup. We're going to talk a little bit about Team Hagan, which is really going to be the centerpiece of this little talk. But my third objective, and it's measurable and I need your help, it's to make this guy over here maybe crack a smile. For the first time in his life, at a dad joke. So, a couple of ground rules before we get started here. It's inappropriate to make a dad joke if you're not a dad. It's a faux pas. Number two, it's actually more of a GK question. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it's apparent, he knows it. If one he doesn't know, so. Not smiling. Well, in order to really speak about Hagan's, I'm going to start a little bit about Mike and describing some of his characteristics. Mike grew up with an older brother named Bill. And Bill, who is described to me by Mike as the mean one. Now, as a father of four, I always view with a little bit of grain of salt the first child that gives me the story until I kind of got verified what was going on there. So I've got a sample size of one with Mike. I'm going to take his word for it. He harkens the movie Weird Science, the character Chet in Weird Science. So that saves time. Just now we know what we're talking about here. But the evidence would maybe point in the other direction because in 1994, Mike was recruited to go play football at the Air Force Academy and ultimately joined the profession of arms, apparently violent sport. And Bill went off to join the Peace Corps. And now he grows coffee in the Ecuadorian Andes. And so now I'm kind of wondering, what's the story here? But there's some other interesting facts about Mike that maybe point back in the other direction. He actually has his own love language. And for the sake of argument, if you read the book, The 5 Love Languages, we call it the 6th love language, and that's called ingratiatory tongue drugs. And he thrives on daily affirmations, and as it turns out, staff optimizations. And he naturally speaks the language of champions. So that's a very interesting combination of things. And when you pair that up with how he, with almost unmatched skill, wields the military instrument of power, we're left with an image of somebody who possesses some very key characteristics of leadership that are so rarely found in one person. A few of those being, I won't hold this too long. Compassion and focus, commitment and wisdom, discretion, empathy, decisiveness, and of course, kindness. And that's not a joke. That's serious. And you're an admired and loved man. And I think you guys know that too. But needs to be said, and it's out there. So. But if I were going to be a Marvel cartoonist and I were going to draw a poster of you, I would be kind of like a Thor-like Colossus with this velvet hammer. Right? And he's got kindness written on one face, and he's got protection and justice on the other. And by the way, justice is a dish best served cold, because if it's not, it's just water. I gotta read this in, keep the thing. Got it. That's right. Did I, no. And these powers really are derived and rooted in his the key enablers of his life, which are sitting in the front row, right there. Katie, Reed, Miles, Nora, Anna, the Hagan family unit, Team Hagan. And so, you're a blessed man as well, it turns out. Other noteworthy contributors, and I'll mention these for those who will watch this later, similar to myself and my family, how they still do with characteristics, the virtues and values, are his parents, Bill and Jan, Ann and G, as well as his in-laws, which he described as winning the in-law lottery, and Larry and Paula Lovick, Kim and Nick, Matt and Dan, Maggie and Gareth, all serving as anchor points that have been instrumental in Mike's growth throughout his career. And the great part about all these wonderful influences is that Mike keeping the kids from moving into that area to be around all these people and to enjoy some stability and some great family time, probably like such they haven't seen in 20 years of maybe kids have never known. And so I'm very excited for you, and actually a little bit jealous that you get to go do that, because getting to be your family for us for all our overseas time has been probably one of the biggest things and stuff, and you guys have had to put up with a lot of that too. So I'm going to transition a little bit, not so much about Mike here, a little more about Mike's family. By the way, did I ever tell you about the time I fell in love during a backflip? I was heels over head. I saw it. A slight upturn on the right side of the mountain. We are almost there. Well, Mike met Katie in 2003. It's the this was after he graduated from the academy in '98, and he accommodates. So we'll try out for that, so that's bad to do. He protected America in the post 9/11 time frame in Operation Noble Eagle, deployed to Afghanistan in the first wave of deployments in 2002, where he was out finding the bad guys. We'll leave it there. Mike claims that he and Katie were unwittingly set up by an altruistic but nefarious actor, and I don't know any more information beyond that. I'm just going to go ahead and look at the assessed effects of that setup and say altruistic is where we're going to go, because it's clearly an awesome match, and whoever did that nailed it. So that's awesome. And while his military career is also replete with accolades and accomplishments, we're going to examine it a little bit through the family growth lens, because I think that can kind of reveal some of the more subtle and fundamental truths to what makes our country and our military so great. And so Mike and Katie were married in 2005 on their way to Alaska. And they were there for a little while, until about 2008. And after they'd been there, they didn't want to rush into the whole family growing business. They wanted to do their big and things like that. So they made this pact that they would just wait a little while, whatever that meant. And so Reed was born about 7 months later. On time. He moved on to NORAD, Colorado there from 08 to 10. And then Miles joined the Merge. There were a few of the others in the group here. If I get lost, I'm going to show you how to get back. This is planned, according to Mike. I'll bet. This is where it gets a little bit interesting though. So they move on, and from 2012 to 2016, I think in between there, you did some fantastic scholarship. Don't let him fool you. This is a dynamic and very complicated thing that he has, and quite frankly, it's a national asset. Hopefully we'll keep on seeing it anyways. But from there you went on to Tyndall, where to the ABM Schoolhouse, and then about 2 weeks into that that assignment that Nora came along. And then, you know, you mentioned that Nora, she really joined the fight fast. She didn't even have a chance to get the upper to work, and now she came just been a firecracker ever since. And, well, we have it. Later in the same assignment, Mike was sent home slightly early from employment, and Katie was pregnant at the time, was placed on bed rest for, you know, maybe suicide, I don't know, but she was alone with 3 young kids and on bed rest. And because the military takes good care of people, they sent Mike home just a little bit early so that he could help take care of his family. Maybe not early enough, but almost early. Just about right on time. It was in active labor. Katie goes to the airport and picks up Mike. Mike hasn't driven in a while, so uncomfortable driving, he's tired, you know, so she drives him home. And waits for him to shower and change, and hands it to me and says, it's time. We back in the car, go to the hospital, and now we have it. There we go. So we're not the only ones who, you know, like to make this really running through. And with that, they jump right back into being a DO and a commander, and never missed a beat in what the Air Force asks its family to do, in taking care of their Marine families. And that's not common necessarily with all Air Force families, and really, well, the leadership was exemplary. It's what I really want to hit home was your bedrock foundation at home and what Katie was able to do. With her unwavering contributions to the squadron as a key spouse, and how she poured a labor of love into that, left no stone unturned to make all the families feel important. And part of that recognition, and her caring approach to everyone, dedication, sponsoring events, encouraging involvement by all the way, making everything fun, really defined not only the Hagan command, but the Hagan family style of leadership, and has positively impacted the culture of our entire Air Force. And while we may never know how far reaching, I guarantee you it will be generations of airmen that will affect the second and third order when you do things like that. So, another huge thing that the Air Force is losing today in the Hagan family. So, but it doesn't mean it will stop doing that. So we'll continue to service in other ways, in society or in education or wherever you end up. And wherever you go, you'll be a blessing to others. So, thanks for giving yourselves to us for as long as you did. So the Hagan's then went on to the Marshall Center, one of 2 in the whole U.S. Air Force I ever got to do that, right down the road there in Garmisch. And then came up here to the staff where Mike had a lot on his shoulders, working for General Todd Walters, then County Safety, and then kind of moving over to 589 for a while, and then ultimately landing in 835, where it turns out you have to be taller and married with 4 kids to have that job. And, so, well, sorry, threw my eye out for the next 835 chief right now. You don't know where we're going to find that guy. Anyway, I really, you know, I'm just going to close this by re-emphasizing how Mike and Katie's commitment to family and their example of children on a daily basis as well at home has affected us all, especially team future ops in 835, and how nightly we get together as a family and just say a prayer about how you're going to make the world a better place. And I'm here to tell you that you are, you did, you are, and you will continue to have answered prayers in that regard, because you are. And it's a beautiful thing. So it's with heartfelt gratitude that I thank Mike for trusting me enough to stand up here and chat about it a little bit. It's not the end, it's a promotion, right? And it's not touch on all that stuff. And we send them off with love in our hearts and prayers for their continued success, prosperity, togetherness, family love. And thanks to the Hagan team for doing it right and providing a great example. And Mo, I ordered that chicken and egg from Amazon. I'll let you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the medal presentation.
You're fine.
Publish the order.
Attention to order. This is certified that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Executive Order 16 January 1969, has awarded the Legion of Merit to Colonel Michael J. Hagan. Colonel Michael J. Hagan distinguished himself by exemplary meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as the Chief, Future Operations Division, 603rd Air Operations Center, Headquarters, United States Air Force in Europe and Air Force Africa, Ramstein Air Base, Germany, from 23 July 2017 to 31 July 2020. Colonel Hagan led 58 personnel in the planning and execution of multi-domain operations. He was instrumental in the transitioning of a major command vision into action by optimizing the Directorate's mission with the 603rd Air Operations Center, Air Taxing Cycle. Additionally, the advisor of the Joint Force Air Component Commander, he expertly guided the 13 team members to transform the Air Component's Air Operations Directorate from an event-centric to a strategic-driven approach underpinned by operational assessment, which enabled 44,000 sorties to secure air component objectives. These operational assessments directly contributed to the successful execution of the United States European Command's $52 million Bomber Task Force mission and captured more than 100 lessons learned to improve future deterrence operation. Furthermore, Colonel Hagan's leadership was paramount to the command's successful establishment of Agile Combat Employment Framework. This framework was briefed at the 2019 Corona Conference and contributed to the advancement and evolution of air power and readiness in order to deter future threats against 55,000 airmen who reside in the region. Moreover, Colonel Hagan created the 34-member non-kinetic operation branch. His forward leadership led to approval for the